So, hi, good evening, everyone. This is Mohit here from Master of Sales podcast. And with us today, we have Sheetal Jain from Signzy. She's the VP of Sales for India and Southeast Asia at Signzy. And we'll have a good interactive session for the next 20 25 minutes. Learn from Sheetal. So, welcome, Sheetal, to Master of Sales. Happy to have you on board. We'll start with the session where you tell us about your story in brief and how SaaS or software sales became your core area.
Sure. Thanks, Mohit. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's absolutely a pleasure to actually tell people what happens in sales. Because what happens in sales has a very bad tone to it. Like snake charmers coming around you and trying to charm you into buying something. And actually, that is not the case. Sales as a people want to stay away from sales as much as possible. Oh, you're into sales. That has a connotations and stereotyping done. So it's very important uh, to tell the world that sales is as it's not as bad as you think it is. It is even that requires a lot of mind and lot of presence of mind to be there. Well, to tell you more about myself, I am an accidental salesperson. Actually, I would say that. So when I say this, I'm an MBA in finance and marketing, but started my journey in corporate funding side and was quite a bit into research analyst, have been into buy side research, and then I found a niche which required a product to be created. And when that product was created by my company and I was instrumental in creating that product, um, I felt I was the right person to go and sell it and take it to the market as well. And my company thought as much too. And that's where my journey of sales started about a decade ago, more than a decade ago. That was just my sales journey. And prior to that is more into research side and financial analyst side and corporate funding side, etc. Though, I mean, they were all part of, in some way or the other, you are selling at any point in time. When you are into, even when I was into research, I was trying to sell the stock that I had identified. And now I was selling a product. So you are forever selling any which ways. So this was, yeah, I took the product which I had created to the market, and I found that uh, I enjoyed identifying the pain points of people and trying to tell them how can I solve their problem. And which is where I started, and then started to from there started to build further products for them, get the products built for them and take it to the market. And which is what my previous company pivoted three times, and all the three times we actually set up the entire sales engine once again, different kind of sales teams once again, took the three pivots from 1 to 10 and 10 to 100. So that 0 to 1 and 1 to 10 I've done probably twice. Uh, and yeah, and what that's what we were talking about, 0 to 1 and 1 to 10. Yeah. And this is where I am today at Signzy. I lead India and Southeast Asia for the sales. And here I'm trying to do 10 to 100 now. So that's where we are. So that's been my journey pretty much. And so I say accidental sales, but because I did 0 to 1, 1 to 10 multiple times, and I could understand what the person is probably, how build the processes of sales. And yes, I'm ready to replicate the seasons now, that the all the play that I have built of sales, I'm ready to replicate into 10 to 100 now.
That's great, Sheetal. In fact, what you started with, that sales is considered snake charmers and people coming to your door and selling those encyclopedias. That's what one generation has got sales into thinking, and hence people are not coming that much into it. People prefer a desk job, but you cannot be a greater career person, as you rightly pointed out, if you excel at selling, because you're selling everywhere. And on that front, you had a career change, you had that accidental shift. How difficult was it for you? Because there are many negating factors. You have had a good desk job, maybe selling it to your internal teams, and then doing that 0 to 1 and 1 to 10, which is the most difficult thing, if we put it in proper words, because everything is just setting up. You have to do everything. So how difficult for you was that transition? And yeah, just some words on that.
Not at all, Mohit. It was not at all difficult. It came very naturally, because when you think you are, see, when you are trying to sell a product which you are yourself are not convinced, it's difficult to sell
Mhm.
anything. I can't sell you even a pen if I'm not convinced that it's a good pen. If I'm convinced that I am solving your problem, I'm genuinely trying to solve a problem of the market and the customer, you don't feel that you are selling. It's a wrong word, it's a wrong connotation. I would say that I'm a problem solver. You have a problem, and I'm here to help you solve your problem. I just happen to be the front end who is bringing that solution of my company. And gone are the days when I could sell something to when I could say something to the customer and sell something to the customer and walk away and not bother. Those days are gone. I mean, especially I've been in industry which is BFSI industry all through my life of 20-22 years. I've been in BFSI industry. Everybody knows everyone. Everybody knows everything about, it's the same industry, same people you will meet everywhere. So, and it's a small industry for companies, and digitization has actually brought the focus on the sellers as well as the buyers a lot, right? So you can't just sell something and walk away later on. So you're just a person who's trying to solve someone's problem. And if that's the way you go and approach and talk to your customer, I don't think so he will see you as a salesperson per se. And if you understand your product, I think you are that's why I say there is a lot of tags and stereotyping done, where sales is supposed to be only filling up the CRMs, and it's the pre-sale who will actually come and sell. It's you're not supposed to understand your technology. You're not supposed to understand your product. It's okay if you don't understand your product. You're just supposed to be opening the doors, and you're just supposed to be opening but honestly, you will not be able to sell if you don't understand your product. And yeah, so that's where, if you were not convinced about it, you can't sell. So when I transitioned, um, and I genuinely felt that, because I was myself feeling that requirement of the product which we took to the market, being from the analyst industry, the data solutions which we were trying to build was actually needed. And so it came very naturally to me. And when I moved from there to the next, we moved on to creating a platform that was actually solving a larger problem of the industry, which was genuinely required. And when I moved to Signzy, again, Signzy was, I actually believed that, I am into onboarding solutions today, workflow automation solutions today. When I am trying to get myself onboarded onto any of the banking or BFSI platform, barring if I talk about the neobanks, etc., the journeys are so broken. I have to put in my OTP 5 times. I have to do 10 things 5 times. And I'm like, somebody needs to come and solve these problems. And I actually felt that Signzy was doing it. So, which is why that move came. It was not like just a transition from one company to another company. I genuinely felt that I was solving a problem, and which is what comes out when we talk to our customers as well.
That's actually true, Sheetal. The amount of belief you have on the product, you have on your team, is seen when you are selling to another person, or even solving any of their problems, because that's what your preparedness is. And you have rightly pointed out. But you would have handled multiple teams, multiple people in those teams, and uh, it's difficult to convince people what you are convinced with. So
Yeah.
you feel this problem is solved because I faced it. There's an amazing thing which we are doing. People necessarily don't relate to it many a times, and many a times they do, and success is created out of it. How in your journey of a decade, meeting people, meeting various kinds of people, you have motivated them to perform better, you have kind of kept them have that focus on something?
I think that's one of the challenging places which you have. You yourself are convinced. How do you convince the teams? Yeah, I have faced those challenges when I hired. I've built the teams almost like three times and changed the teams. Today at Signzy, I manage about 25 people, mix of sales, enterprise sales team, pre-sales team, etc. At Probe also, I was handling a team of almost like 17 odd people. Yes, I mean, people have different gradations of convincing, and people have different gradations of believing in your beliefs. And so the only way works is that uh, actually, when they go to the customer and they actually hear their own pain points, they get convinced. That is one thing. And building case studies along with the customer, how you are actually helping the customers. So that helps in the teams believing as well that for them, then it doesn't remain just a product. They actually start to believe that yes, they are solving someone's problems too. So those things have helped in the past. And working along with the team, whenever they think why, what, how. So if you're able to give them the right question, right answers to them with respect to their whys and hows, I think you are able to convince them that you are, you may be one of the players who are trying to solve this problem, but this problem is so large that multiple players can also do it. There is space for multiple players itself. So it's okay to have competition. Actually, it's better to have competition. It's better to have, so teams may get demotivated. Oh, there is too much competition. There is too much competition because your product is required, because there is a requirement, because it's a proven market, which is why a lot of players are coming in now. It's about how you are able to solve their problem better. Is your product performance better? Is your relationship with the customer better? Are you able to understand them better? Are you is your So all these things work all at the same time. And as I always say, people buy from people. This question comes up: is there a requirement of sales in, with all these PLGs coming in? And why salespeople? And especially I've seen this, when technology guys build a product, they say, I have built it, they will come. So you just build it, they will come. And I have seen multiple companies not being able to sell. So there are multiple things which work in tandem, right? So yes, there is a problem which you are trying to solve, along with the relationship that you build with the customer. And he's able to trust you that you are bringing the right thing to him. You are trying to and you will be there tomorrow as well with all the fintechs. That's the biggest challenge I have faced, that will you be there tomorrow or not, with the fintechs winding up so quickly. So yes, I will be there tomorrow in case something goes wrong to solve your problem as well. So all these things put together help convincing your teams, as well as take you like move forward as well. All these things, that you are not a fly by night operator. You are there. Yes, problems do happen, but we are there to solve it for you. These are new age technology solutions that fintechs are bringing out today. And even the product platforms that are coming in, which we talk about, series A, series B products are getting established. And yes, issues do come in, but it's the salesperson's job to make sure to put the customer in front and try to tell him that, look, I'm there to help you. I'm there to solve your problem. I'm there to help you in when, even if something today is having an issue, I'm out there to solve for you. It's not that I have handed over my account to my customer success or back to the company and I'm gone. So those kind of things help, and teams see this, that you're taking the ownership on the account, and they walk along with the leaders in that case.
Yes, that you're accurate. So, in fact, my next question was around the product-led growth and your views on that, especially in the software world. But one thing which you rightly pointed out, people buy from people. So, any product, the best thing you take it in the market, but at the end of the day, a enterprise or someone trusts you because there's a human who is giving some recommendation or something. So that you rightly pointed out. Your views on what do you see as future of sales? Like what has happened as a transition from the last 5-10 years to that? What do you see would happen in the next 5 to 10 years? Would it be more product led? Would it be more process driven? Like we have a lot of tools now for inside sales and for field sales. So what do you envision in that transition? Is it going, where do you see a salesperson's role? What should the skills he be building up for that next 5 to 10 years in transition?
There is nothing like that. The sales is going away anywhere. So sales is not going away anywhere. So even if you see the platform sales that is happening, this is just on the SaaS model. Okay, go and buy it just from the platform straight away. Yes, customers do buy, but to convert them to a larger buys, you need salespeople. And as I said, people buy from people, and it is, yeah, initial traction you might get it from the platform sales, just people buying it directly from PLGs, but eventually to convert them into larger accounts, you need your salespeople, and that will continue. We are doing a lot of productization so that it is easy. Product sales, when you talk about, yes, it is easier to sell, but product sales also, it is something that I have seen product sales also not working as a product sales unless consultative layer is thrown on top of it. It is not just, okay, I am selling a pen, this is there, go take it, just take it. Unless you're able to drive the benefits out of the product that you are selling and how the person in front can take it. Product sales is also not just it's not just you just go and take it, this is there. So sales is definitely here to stay, and I would say all the tools that you have, they are there. They're phenomenal tools that we have, which is that uh, to use. I would take them from from CRMs to then I'll come to your point of inside sales and breaking up the sales portion itself, which used to be one and now broken up into multiple parts. But if I'm talking about just the tools, yes, there are a lot of tools that have come up, which is good because it helps me analyze my data in a multiple ways, multiple forms. And it is not just about I exactly know in the pipeline what is going on where and how, and how many more leads do I need, less leads do I need. But are the salespeople going away? No. Can I put it just a product? I have sold product itself. I've sold product twice, I would say. And none of the times it has come up that product has got sold as is, right? So yes, the tools help me to see how my sales pipeline is moving, but the salesperson is required to move that pipeline to the next level itself. He is very much required. The pipeline doesn't move on its own. And now breaking up the sales into multiple parts, yes, that helps a lot too, because over time we have seen sales getting broken. Earlier it used to be that sales generates his own lead, sales creates the first call, sales creates the next call, and then he's responsible for showing the demo, he's responsible for closures and taking the customer live and managing the account. So yes, can I break up and can I break up this journey into multiple parts so that my sales engine is working much faster? Can I do that? Instead of my salesperson's time getting wasted on going on unqualified leads, can I make that happen for him? Because a lot of people reach out to you just to try and understand, do I really want my salesperson is a qualified, is a person whose time is very valuable to me, right? So can I give him rather the qualified leads which he can now move ahead with, right? So yes, I have broken up into BD, I have broken up into inside sales, I've broken up into BDR roles, and so that there is at least, if not a hot lead, it is a warm lead by the time it reaches the sales guy. And then the engine starts off, right? Then I know that my salesperson is now moving my lead from my one pipeline to the next pipeline, and how is he moving, and that's where my tools are coming in. So can I let go of my salesperson and my pipeline move on its own, somebody coming and just buying it? I haven't seen that very successfully happening, despite publishing my rates, despite giving it that yes, these are my rates, and go ahead. Not in the industry which I have been in. People like to buy from people, and that's my mantra. And they like to see, can they trust you? Can they, you know, is this the right company with whom they are? And I'll tell you one more thing, in BFSI space, especially the fintechs are, the onboarding solution or the tech solutions that we are trying to sell into the, I mean, in both my previous companies and previous avatars, we were selling into BFSIs, and all these players, technology players who are selling it, BFSI players are old established players. But now they have to put, they are getting new age solutions into a bank, right? So they want to be very sure who they are dealing with. It should not be that today I'm there and tomorrow I'm not there. They want to be very comfortable with the player. So that cannot come in by, okay, buying it from the website, let me go and buy, for 5 users and 20 users. Enterprise sales does not happen like that. So that will always continue. Have I?
And what do you? Yes, yes, you have clearly answered. Enterprise sales or even SMB sales to a large extent, we have seen that people can help you take a decision. Maybe if you just want to take a CRM, use it for some time, it's okay. But if you want to actually use it for success, you need people. So
Yeah,
software as such as people difficult to
absolutely.
uh, get
Absolutely.
convinced automatically.
Think about it. You are interviewing a person who is, somebody who has just come through a pipe, and somebody who's actually following up with you, and two people who have similar resumes. Who will you hire?
Answers the question.
Who will you hire? Somebody
So,
who's actually genuinely showing the interest, right? Somebody's
yes.
assumed both of them coming from with similar experience. Somebody who's actually showing that interest, that I'm really keen to join you. So I am really keen to work with your organization. I am out there to help you, support you, to give you this solution. And yeah, there are five other competitors may not be doing it. So they have a website. Okay, go and buy.
Yes, and that happens in multiple domains. So there will be pricing, someone selling it for 20 rupees, but at the end of the day, people are willing to pay even maybe 2x in some cases just because they know that person or they have heard him 2 or 3 times. So that's always there, and
Yeah.
you're correct that this won't change. But
Yeah.
what do you think has changed and could change?
Yeah, a lot of thing has changed from the perspective that, as I said, um, lots, and as I said earlier also, the tools have come in to help you, and the roles have got broken up, and more digitization has happened in the sales processes itself. The processes have changed, processes have got broken up, and those things have changed, and they may change going forward as well. But the core of the sales and BD will not change.
You have correctly put it. So we are getting efficient with the processes,
Yeah,
but it's still people.
yeah, absolutely. It is still people. It is still people.
So yes, Sheetal, that answers most of the questions regarding sales. So on your personal front and your front as a career in problem solving, how do you keep yourself motivated? How do you fire yourself up?
I would say I really don't need anything to fire up. So every day in the morning starts off that okay, and you know what, salespersons. I generally say that salesperson lives by quarters, right? So as a quarter starts, you are like, oh my god, the quarter has started, how many leads I have in the pipeline, right? And as the quarter is in the middle, oh my god, I have not closed much, okay, what is going on ahead? As the quarter is ending, you are again fighting yourself, oh my god, I need to finish this up. So and I need to have a good quarter at the end of it. And whether you are an individual contributor or you have a large team, ultimately the responsibility is across. I mean, if you have a team, you carry the target of all 22 people that you have. And so it is like, every day it starts off with yeah, can I do my numbers? Can I do my numbers? I have on my desk, I have all the uh, numbers put up, that today's numbers are looking like this, tomorrow yesterday's numbers were looking like this. And yeah, I start with, I'm a data person, hardcore data person. As I said, I was an analyst, so I get into the numbers all the time, and that's where I fire myself. And yeah, reading good stuff uh, from good motivators help me going. Yeah.
That's great, Sheetal. So, yeah, as you told that at the start of the quarter, you're all bummed up that okay, this quarter I'll finish my 100,000 or 1 million,
We'll crack.
and at the mid of the quarter, you're like, okay, I had this pipeline, but it's just 10%. What do you do to calm yourself that time as a team member or as an early salesperson when you started? Because that is a pressure which people don't like in sales to as far as many conversations go.
There is nothing to calm yourself down there, actually. You know what, Mohit? So there is something that uh, if you don't enjoy that, you're not a salesperson. If because that's the fun of it. That how do I make it happen? That's the fun of it, and that's what I tell my people, that my projection and my actual numbers. If there is a variation of more than 10%, I'm not a good salesperson. So my projection of the quarter has to be bang on, has to be bang on. That my HubSpot, which I used today, earlier I used Zoho. So, it has to be bang on that, okay, I will get X amount of numbers this quarter. And for that, what you need, tell me. And if you don't enjoy that, tough luck, you are not in the right profession. You need to change. And the whole idea of okay, इस quarter के बाद में हम कहाँ छुट्टी मनाने जाएंगे? Where
Mm.
am I taking my team out? Where are we celebrating? You know, that's what you should go for, and that's what you should look for. Where is the party going to be after this quarter? And yeah, and that's what motivates the team. And yeah, you do your 6 months numbers. Let's go out of the country. Let's you do annual numbers. Let's plan a gala dinner and somewhere. And so it's like, yeah, tough during the quarter, but uh, if you don't enjoy your achievements, if you cannot live like that, it's tough.
Yes, yes. Rightly put. If you are in this profession, this is what this profession is all about.
Yeah,
Even if you're the CEO or you are a freshly joined SDR,
it's
that
yeah.
target is all that matters.
Yeah, I mean
Rightly
it,
put.
it matters. Ultimately, it matters. The numbers matter. Sales वालों का तो appraisal हर दिन हो जाता है. Every day there is an appraisal, so there is no tension about it. But matlab, it's not a measurable. When you have to give the smart goals and all that, very clear measurable goals. Yeah, you add things to it, but very very measurable stuff. What you are doing and how you are doing.
That's exactly right. So yeah, just a final question, and then we'll have a small rapid fire
Okay.
to get your views. And just a small last question would be any advice you have to someone who's joining in this career now or would be planning to, what do you think are the right skills to look after, or just some things what you could have advised your 15 years older self, 15 years younger self, sorry.
So I tell you, I tell this to my team as well. सेल्स इज ऑल अबाउट डिसिप्लिन. सेल्स में से कि रिलेशनशिप बना के हम बेच देंगे, वो नहीं होता है. रिलेशनशिप बना के आप नज करते हो खाली. सो आप सिर्फ नज करते हो. So it's a hardcore discipline, and I tell that to everybody when it is a discipline of getting up early in the morning and making those 20 cold calls, making sure that you have responded to the mails, converted those, and followed up on those calls. You have spoken to 5 new people every day. You have responded to those 10 mails every day. It is a discipline. It is, if you cannot follow that discipline, you cannot be a good salesperson. You have to follow that. And yes, you should be and yeah, the motivation has to be that you are solving someone's problem rather than saying that I earned an incentive. An incentive can be a byproduct of that. If you genuinely enjoy solving people's problems through whatever product you are selling, and and have a discipline in life, you can be a good salesperson and be yourself. And I guess you have that.
That's rightly put. Discipline is what takes a person from 50 to 100.
Yeah.
When some numbers are not showing up good, something which you can do properly is discipline, and eventually things will happen. So
I have seen people
aptly,
doing well, yeah, just through hard work. They may not be smart people, but they just do sheer hard work, and they are there, and they learn. They learn over time. They
that's very aptly put. So yeah, thanks Sheetal for such great guidance and good words for people who are in this, people who are transitioning to it, and some people who are going through it. So just a small rapid fire where we try to get your views. So first is quota or no quota,
quota,
incentives on closure or effort as well,
closure,
inbound or outbound,
both. Both are
happy
required.
customers.
Yeah,
Okay. Happy customers or quota?
happy customer.
That's great. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for this, and thank you for being on Master of Sales. You are one of our initial guests, and love to have you. Love to have your views around this as well. Always a pleasure, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me over, and wish you all the best for the future events.